There are stories about every hero, how they became great.
Now, it's your turn.
Fear not, citizens. Hope has arrived because we are here talking My Hero Academia. This is the Amateur Otaku Podcast, the show where we talk all things anime. I am your host, Present Mike. Joining me is, of course, the number one hero in all our hearts, Isaac Wolf. How you doing, buddy?
It's going good. I'm just exhausted. And you actually pronounced my name in Swedish, the Swedish way, so...
I try. I try.
Yeah. For those that are new here, I'm from Sweden. He's from the States. So, with that said, well, let's keep on trucking.
Let's keep on trucking. Where we last left off talking My Hero Academia, we're in its final season. Spoilers, if you aren't watching the last season of My Hero Academia, it's crazy. You need to go check it out. Honestly, probably the best season of the show, period. At this point, I think it's safe to say that.
I agree.
So that's your spoiler warning. Where we last left off, Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite, Kachan Bakugo put an end to All for One, who was just a little baby. But now we pick up...
Little baby.
Now we pick up with Izuku Midoriya fighting Tomura Shigaraki. Again, this has been a war that's been going on for 2 seasons now. Shoto took down his brother Dabi. Uraraka stopped Toga and the army of Twices. Bakugo took down All for One. Now Deku has to be the final hero to step up and save the day. So we are recapping 4 episodes, Isaac. We have episode 164, History's Greatest Villain. And we can just kind of go through order, I guess, a little bit here and talk about the arc of Shigaraki and Izuku Midoriya. World's Greatest Villain covered Deku's and the Vestige's plan of transferring... Hey, what's up, Spider-Man? Do a flip! Thanks for joining us. Isaac, the Vestiges, the second user, made a plan to transfer One for All to Tomura Shigaraki. And in doing so, Deku would not only lose his power, but hopefully be enough to overwhelm Shigaraki's will. Because All for One wanted to rule the Earth, Shigaraki wanted to destroy the Earth. And so they had to go all out with this massive plan. What were your thoughts when we got to this point? I know you read the manga. What were your thoughts when we got to the point of Deku might end this series powerless? Because this is a big moment.
Okay, I didn't see that, but hello to you, OLED poke. But
thanks for joining.
Thank you. But just to answer your question, honestly, how should I put it? I know it's not 1-to-1, and I know that you haven't seen Dragon Ball, but it's them approaching it through that felt like a more okay, hello Dixon, but there is the Bow Saga in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
it sort of felt like a complicated version of, in that saga they have to go down sort of like a several layers to stop the revival of Boo, and they have to try and do at least so much damage as possible. So at least to not wake him up, because damage equals energy, all that jazz. And one of them eats energy, and what do Goku do? He make it so he can eat energy and just combust, and it kind of how should I put it? Reminds me of that in a sense, even if it was more complicated. If you
This
get what I
idea
mean.
of just overwhelming them with power.
Yes.
Yeah, I get you. It's interesting because it's something that Deku has been training the entire series for, right? Like we even get the flashback of All Might saying, "If your body's not prepared to take one for all, your limbs are gonna explode off." And so I thought this was a clever way of tying us back into season one of My Hero and saying, "Hey, we're just gonna give it to him, and hopefully we can overwhelm him from there." And it leads to some interesting character stuff because the Vestige world is a very like spiritual place where we get into the psyche and the inner workings of these characters. And so when Deku finally gets inside the Vestige state, inside of Shigaraki's core, this black hardened ball of hatred, once they finally pierce through, we see Tanko Shimura's origin one more time.
Yeah.
And I think it was very like painful, right? Having his grandmother Nana Shimura see what happened to her family for the first time.
Yeah.
Like that messed me up a little bit, man. That got me a little teary-eyed seeing that happen.
Yeah, I can. I can imagine how she would feel about that. If seeing family, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's,
Because you have to think like she sees everything that's going on, but she's seeing it from Deku's point of view. So she had no idea how her little boy grew up and how he treated his own kids until she saw it like firsthand. That was devastating. Heyo, thanks for joining us.
Hey,
Let us know what you guys think about My Hero Academia's final season in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to hear how you guys are thinking. Right now, we're talking the last 4 episodes. So if you're not caught up, again, come back to us a little bit later. But we're talking about Deku entering the Vestige world, entering Tenko Shimura's memories. And I just thought Bones did a great job adding to the source material. Like when Deku gets in there and he's smiling and he's trying to comfort Tenko and he's holding his hands, right? As he's slowly decaying, Deku is being the hero he always wanted to be, right? Saving those with a smile
yeah.
on his face. And this was a moment that when it happened in the manga, I know that you were a little disappointed with how this storyline wrapped up. Did the anime elevate it at all for you?
Honestly, it kind of did. It kind of did, honestly, because, but then again, I know Brandon have said that.
Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day. How should I put it? I kind of didn't Brandon, or was it you that said that Horikoshi felt that this was was going to be the ultimate version of the My Hero Academia, so to speak, or was it?
Yeah,
Was it someone else?
Horikoshi.
Okay.
Horikoshi's on record, the author, the mangaka for MHA, is on record saying that at a certain point in the book, he got to a point where he's like, I'm just writing stuff I want to see play out. And like the manga's kind of his first draft. The anime's his final version. And yeah, you can kind of see that. You can feel that for sure.
Yeah, and
Deku's
so I
cool.
was.
You're right.
Uh-huh. And I was thinking, sort of like this is. You can see that in this. They are how they are handling certain scenes and all. For example, my whole ordeal going back with the Bakugo thing. I'm still not a big fan of that, but I can admit that they handle this a lot better than in the manga, to be quite honest. Maybe it's also the timing on difference of when he came back there versus the manga. Wasn't it like half to 1 year in between those chapters?
It was a
Kinda
year.
like that.
It was about a full year for Bakugo coming back in the manga. It's been about
So-
2 years for the anime because the seasons took time. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So it just felt like it felt timed better in the anime. I don't know. But I feel like it's flown through a lot better, and they've added aspects of to it all that made it a lot
Yeah.
better.
it
So
feels a lot more complete because we do have that moment of Izuku. All my yeah, All Might
yeah,
almost died. We actually did talk about All Might's episodes. If you want to go check those out, a little bit further back on the channel. But I do find it fascinating that Deku saves Shigaraki. Like he effectively does have a path of redemption, hopefully, and then he's just swallowed up by All for One. And that was just
yeah.
that scene was so disturbing because you hear Shigaraki's screams in the background. That's something that the manga couldn't do, you know? Like
Uh-huh.
it was terrifying. I know you say it all the time, right? Horikoshi should do a horror manga.
I mean, I stand by that.
You know, and then after seeing it animated though, I finally get it. Like it was one thing seeing the art, but seeing it happen and hearing the screams and the music and the tonal shift when All for One takes over was terrifying. And again, Deku losing his arms is insanity.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know that we joked about how Gege and Horikoshi switch place that week when a chapter came out, but that's besides the point.
oh well, yeah, JJK is a whole other conversation.
Here, Mr. Eraser. So
Eraserhead's your favorite character? Uh Izuku Midori is my favorite character. I know, basic answer. But we get into the next episode, right, which is called From Aizawa. This is episode 166. Deku has lost his arms. Thankfully, Eri has a gift. And this moment is so special because Deku always wanted to be a hero that inspires others, right? And that's the thing that All for One is learning is that these useless, powerless characters are inspired to act because of Izuku Midoriya, and you see that evident in Eri when all these portals open. You see all his classmates tired, stepping in. It's a fantastic scene. Almost a Deus Ex Machina to get his arms back, you know, but
yeah, it works.
you can't have your main character be utterly powerless when you get there, you know.
Yeah, that depends on who you ask.
Okay, Isaac, you wanted him to have no arms in the final battle? Is that
No,
you
no,
wanted him
I
just to
wasn't.
kick people?
No, I mean, there are manga casts that probably would have done something for that. Don't let's not kid ourselves.
You're right. You're right. Um, so we get to Deku's side of the story, and I want your perspective, right? All for One taking over Shigaraki. Did that work? Did that work for you? Because
It worked.
in the context of the show, it happens for an episode, and then he's gone. It didn't really last.
Yeah, and it's it kind of works because honestly, going by how should I put it? Going back to the whole taking over and then I'll let you ask. It reminds me of, funny enough, Star Wars. The whole Emperor and Darth Vader situation, especially at the end of things, because with
Thanks for
how
joining us. We appreciate having you.
appreciate having Ada.
But the rule
So,
of two, right?
yeah, rule of two kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it felt because the way he handled it, I could have seen. Well, I still here.
We appreciate you.
But
We appreciate you. Let us know in the comments of the replay your thoughts on this season. Okay, want to hear more from you.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, the rule of two, like you're questioning if you see a Star Wars reference. If it's a Star Wars reference, it's you know it's a Star Wars reference. We meet Deku with Tatooine Station at the beginning of the series, man.
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
um,
Because more on exactly why I feel it's Star Wars reference than later on at the end. But you will get my point then.
Yeah,
I
somehow
do.
Palpatine has returned. I get it. I know. I see it. It's right there. Somehow All for One has returned. We should have named this
Again,
video that, honestly. But yeah, like
I
I
I was honestly considering that, but I was just let it be somewhat spoiler save for people that aren't having to caught up, if you know what I mean.
for the dub watchers, I get you. I understand.
So they at least not know what we are talking about here when they see the title, but they don't know the context. So at least they are somewhat saved. But you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. Don't worry. Um, he's just this version of All for One is interesting because we saw uh him being like this master tactician. He's calculating everything. He's in control of everything. And then we see as he rewinds in his fight with All Might and Bakugo, he becomes more and more unsure of himself and he's panicking and you see like the desperation in his voice because he knows that he's about to lose this. And now that Yoichi is gone and One for All is gone, he's just hollow. He's just this hollow husk of a man. And I find that
Mm-hmm.
interesting because he has officially lost everything and he just wants to kill Deku just for revenge at this point. Um, and so we get into Izuku Midoriya Rising, and I've said on this show before, every time an episode is called Rising, it's a very
Mm-hmm.
important one. You know, those are the
Mm-hmm.
those are the climactic moments of the series. So we get this. This is the finale. This is the final fight of My Hero Academia, according to the manga. If there's anything left, that's an anime original thing. Um, Deku has the
Well,
embers.
there's the epilogue. Okay, you mean and more of this fight? Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
the final fight. There's still epilogue stuff. There's still 3 episodes left. Yeah, we still have content to get through. But I don't know. Like, it's just this episode was so interesting because Bones fleshed everything out, and it didn't click with me today until today that Izuku is a runner, and you say run makes all the sense in the world. Because that's all this kid does is run into action, right? Run to save someone, one run to save the day. And so when we have the moment where his classmates step in, these other heroes step in. Class B is here. These are characters that weren't in the manga. Like all of these heroes showed up to support Izuku,
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
score hit insane.
It's
Talk
freaking
about this
phenomenal.
Yeah, talk about this episode. Take me through your feelings, because you know I had feelings watching Izuku Midoriya Rising. What were yours?
I mean, I was. First of all, Aiden, we have a stream talking about our general thoughts of the anime and manga. I can link it to your here if you have that.
I can
Have
quickly
the,
answer these. Love the villains.
okay.
Toga definitely does like Izuku. That's for sure. I think all the villains just have really tragic backstories. Except for All for One. Like every other character has an interesting motive and a motivation that makes them like 3-dimensional as opposed to just being villain of the week. Even one-off villains like Overhaul are great in this series. So yeah.
Agreed. But where were we again? So,
This week's episode. Your thoughts?
okay, this week's episode. Yes, we are do. She was. How should I put it? Got I as emotional as you were when it come to when it came to the the episode? No, I wouldn't say that I was. But you have me share on it and have me clap as in bravo, bravo type of deal at
Mhm.
one point or another. Yes, they got me there, especially at the ending of the episode.
Yeah.
And it Also going back to the old Star Wars reference, seeing how Shigaraki took him back his body at the end to well take All for One out. It was how should I put it? It just screamed Darth Vader grabbing the Emperor, throwing him down like that. If you know what I mean.
Yes. And I'm glad you point this out because this is something that when it was in the manga, we all kind of had a disagreement on because Brandon didn't even know that Shigaraki was involved with that punch because it was in black and white. He didn't know this until like 2 weeks ago. I swear to God, and we were talking about this, and he was like, "What?" And he goes back and he reads the chapter again.
But I love Brandon. Yes, you and Brandon are like you and Brandon are like I don't know if it's wrong to say for me, but you're two are like brothers from another mother for me. But he
I would hope
sometimes
so.
is
Damn.
you get what I mean. You get what I mean.
I'm just.
You're more. You're. I look at you as more of a brothers than just friends at this point. But what I mean is, Brandon sometimes, as much as he loves to go into details, he sometimes misses details because his mind is all over the place.
Yeah, it happens. But seeing it in color, seeing the animation, seeing them both take out All for One was insane. But before we even get there, what got me emotional is there are so many callbacks to season 1 of My Hero Academia in this episode.
Agreed.
That it was just emotional overload. Like All Might saying that from that moment when he leaped in to save Bakugo, he's been the greatest hero. That was seeing the flashback and the music and the parallels of Deku being powerless trying to fight this sludge monster to being to being the only person to take down the world's greatest villain. That was so emotional, so well done. And seeing Aoyama take Deku's hand and lead him through this, because 2 seasons ago, Deku said you could still be a hero even though you were a traitor. He reaches out his hand. I did a whole video on hands in My Hero Academia on my YouTube. Go check that out. But I'm not even. It was. I'm not trying to like plug my own stuff either. It's just like all of that paid off.
Plug it all you want. Plug it all you want. But and I was also gonna mention when you say all that, Yuki Hayashi put in 200% in this episode. Yuki Hayashi, for those that aren't aware of whom I'm talking about, is the composer for this anime.
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. Even the things that didn't work from the manga, like Bakugo showing up out of nowhere, or Kurogiri showing up out of nowhere. It worked better because they provided context. Exactly. Kurogiri saying, "I'm sorry, I need to go save Tomura Shigaraki." He still needs to see his friends. That hit way more than he just randomly going, because he doesn't have that dialogue in the manga. Or even like Bakugo being launched by Shoto now makes more sense on how Bakugo got that far. That was in the manga, but it was just like showing it in detail made a lot more sense. And it's just, this episode goes so hard. Like seeing Inko, Deku's mom, run up to that screen and scream, "Do your best." In the first episode, Deku said the only thing he needed to hear from his mother was that you can do it. And honestly, she says you can do it. That broke me.
Honestly, I will have to say, I'm surprised that she haven't gotten a heart attack at this point with all the stress. Honestly, because... okay, this will sound bad, I know, but I can't blame her for putting on some weight out of stress, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I would buy that if this all didn't take place in a single year.
Hey, some have more...
My point is, she put on the weight before Deku even got his power. That's why it's kind of like, by all
Okay,
accounts, outside of Bakugo, he had a normal childhood, I think.
okay, I thought it was
If she got it within this year, I totally get, like, seeing him break his bones in the sports festival, I'd be stressed out too.
Yeah,
I totally get you. I totally get you.
But yeah, I don't understand how she haven't gotten a heart attack here with all this stressing. This, oh my boy, and especially during the
Bakugo's
final
dad's
battle.
reaction from like 3 episodes ago is the most realistic reaction to all of this.
Mhm.
He's like, I can't watch this. I'm not looking at the screen. I am terrified.
I would have been the same. I would have been the same as his dad. I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah.
Either that or just fuck it. I'm going getting a suit and joining in somehow.
Speaking of, we had all of the movie characters cheering on Izuku. We had our boy Rody Soul.
That was a nice touch.
Yep. This was also in the manga, because Horikoshi loves to make sure that he makes these movies canon. Rody got a solo shot, though, because he's their favorite,
Yeah.
so that was cute.
Also, shout out to Ryan Colt Levi, who's going to obviously go back and voice that cameo, which we interviewed way back. So
Yeah, you did. You guys had a great interview with him. Great conversation.
that dude is awesome.
He's great. Love the Chainsaw Man. We have a moment, and it's kind of a retcon, and I'm really interested to see how the dub tackles it. When Ida picks up Deku off the ground, and he's like, "This reminds me of our first day at school," and Uraraka is saying
Was
that
that
Deku
a retcon?
So it's kind of a retcon because the anime mistranslated it the first time. Uraraka says Deku in Japanese sounds like you can do it, and I think that makes a great hero name. In the sub, she just says Deku means you can do it. And then in the dub, she says Deku sounds cute. And so the anime kind of changed the wording of the flashback a little bit. So when we have everyone screaming, you can do it, and Deku is constantly saying, I'm the Deku who does his best. Now it ties into season 1.
Okay. Okay, I get you.
Horikoshi had it right the entire time. The anime kind of screwed up with its translation a little bit.
I can understand why if you didn't really think it through that, because I can see, knowing how Uraraka is, how they are going through, how they are with each other at the beginning. That's a different story, but I can understand the idea of the whole because it sounds cute and well, it's teenage behavior, so I could buy that even if you're right that it's messing up the context.
Oh yeah, I get why they did it. I don't think they realized that was going to be the biggest like moment of the show of him embracing the name Deku when they translated it that way. Because for especially for the dub, they don't have enough screen time for her to explain that in Japanese, Deku sounds like the words you can do. Like they don't have enough time to explain that. For the Japanese audience, they get the wordplay, but like the dub had to make up something. And so I'm really interested to see what the dub does. Do they retcon it, or is the flashback of Uraraka just saying Deku sounds cute? And that's what she's thinking about as she's passing out in this helicopter.
It's honestly, I will probably go back when the dub for the episode comes out just to see it. If I'm being completely honest.
Oh yeah,
or unless you tell me, because I assume you're gonna watch the dub version of it.
The dub's great. The My Hero dub is one of my favorites. So I'll definitely let you know when it drops in 2 weeks. But like the score in this one, the visuals, they recreated Deku's first smash when he fights the robot. It's the same way he does his final smash on All for One. Visually, they just went all out. The animation team did incredible. Narratively, we talked about the manga. I feel like this episode did a good job showcasing that Deku has become the greatest hero and that he's gotten the support. And he's one of the things that my hero harps on is the belief and basically the faith of the collective of the people can will someone to victory. That's how he defeats Overhaul. That's how Bakugo saves All Might. Night Eyes surmised that that power is what can change the future. And so having again the callback of Deku running at the sludge monster and all that's going through his head is you're not gonna have a power. You're quirkless. You'll never amount to anything. Deku means useless, right? All of that going through his head as he's running to Bakugo. Now he's saying, I hear their cheers. I hear their encouraging words. I can do this. This is another instance where it made me tear up a little bit.
I can understand. And I know that people are joking about the whole ordeal of power of friendship that is all common and stuff like that, but it's earned here. It's earned. 100% earned.
Yeah. The power of friendship is literally how One for All works. So like it's baked into the story of my hero. So ending on the power of friendship is great. Bakugo showing up out of nowhere is still a little weird, but less
But
weird
hey,
in the anime.
that's. I mean, considering he wins every character favorites poll, I am not surprised that it happened. It's fan service in that regard.
Yeah, this is the only moment that felt extremely fan servicey. I want to talk about the additions to this episode, though. Again, I have no notes. This is all Mike just having an incredible memory when it comes to stupid stuff like this.
Why do I think I call you? Why do I think I call you a living library?
I know, right? To clear a path to All for One, we have a bunch of anime original scenes. Class B is not present in the manga. They show up. Kendo, Tetsu, Mushroom Girl. They all show up to save the day, and they help clear a path. Yaoyorozu makes a giant cannon powered by Denki Kaminari. That's great. Fat Gum Kirishima and Pinky, they show up to block some random attack. That's new. That wasn't in the book. Mineta sticks a bunch of balls on All for One's tentacle things, and he pins him down. Good for him. He does nothing at the end of this fight in the manga, so he gets a scene.
Had some balls finally.
He finally had some balls. The fact that he said "we are here." First off, in the manga, I thought this was a group effort, and they all said "we are here." I didn't know it was just Mineta. So I'm glad he got a moment to help. It'd be weird if he said, "We are here," and then he does nothing. You know? Good for Mineta.
That would have been within character, to be quite honest.
We got the Todorokis showing up, Inji and Shoto.
You know what's funny with the whole anime only also addition? Going back to the reference stuff, do you know what this add-ons reminded me of?
Of what?
Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Actually.
once those portals opened up, it was straight up Avengers Endgame.
And especially with how they are folks. Imagine instead of trying to get hold of the Infinity Gauntlet, it was everyone is rushing towards that. It's everyone trying to protect Decker to being able to rush to save the day.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they had to get the Infinity Gauntlet to the time machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that act was inspired by Infinity War.
I mean, it's purely Endgame. I mean, there's a chance that some of this was stuff he was already planning out, but like once Kurogiri and all the portals started opening, I'm like, okay, I see the reference. You're funny. But I think that's why this episode hits so hard, is that so many of the references within it are My Hero references, not Marvel references or Star Wars references. And so the emotion, it's kind of compact on top of everything, right? Like All Might lying on the ground, holding his fist
Uh-huh.
up, saying, "You were always been my hero." It's invoking what Bakugo did 4 episodes ago. Him holding his fist up, saying, "Beat his ass, Deku." Um, it was an emotional ride. I'm interested to see where we go in the epilogue. Because we
That'll
have
be
3
interesting.
episodes left. We have 5 chapters of content left. So that means they're gonna have a bunch more anime exclusive content. Um, According to someone at Bones, this is the most involved Horikoshi has ever been on the anime production. Probably because he didn't have to write the book during production of this
Uh-huh.
season. And so
I can't imagine that.
having 3 episodes to cover 5 chapters, I feel like he wrote something else for this. Honestly, it'll be interesting to see what it is.
I think it's gonna be an expanded version of the epilogue. I don't think it's gonna be something entirely new. To be
I'll take it. I'll take
Yes,
it because I mean, there's a whole extra chapter that's not officially on like the Shonen Jump app or in the Viz app because Horikoshi decided to tack it on later. So like, if we expand that, I'm cool with that.
because I don't understand why he would. I don't see him doing. That would just be going back to what we talked about. It would be even weirder than a whole different ending. But Attack on Titans one, if you remember that. Attack on Titan had a different ending in the manga, then they had a different ending. Got a second ending, and then they had somewhat like a mesh between the both of the ending and the anime. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna stick with the epilogue and just add on to that.
So there's the epilogue that takes place next week. It's the Hellish Todoroki family finale. And not to get slight manga spoilers, but I'm not going to tell you anything important, right? There's the epilogue that picks up after the events of this, like a couple weeks after, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to expand on that. That might just be like straight up. There's the time
When
skip
I say on that,
epilogue.
I'm talking about that one.
You're talking
I
about
say expand on.
the time skip epilogue or the
Yes.
So-
time skip epilogue.
So here's the thing. This is what I was trying to get to. We have the extra. We have the time skip epilogue, and then there's another epilogue after that he wrote. And this is like
time.
I'll send
Wait,
it to
did
you.
they do another one?
So
That I totally missed.
so the again slight manga spoilers.
Wait,
Isaac.
wait. Are you talking about the one
The last-
that made? Did you talk about the epilogue that made social media go batshit insane?
So first one is still them at UA. Second ending is them a little bit older. And
Is
they're at a
that the one we
party.
covered at the pod?
Yeah, there's one after that.
And did we cover that? Is that the one you're talking about?
There's one after that. Yeah, it's about Eri. it's
Okay. Oh, that one. Okay.
yeah. That
Okay.
is like that's what I'm like. Do we expand on some of that stuff? Because there's 3 different points on where this show can technically stop. But I feel like you need to end on the Eri ending because Aizawa in the previous episode says you can't die until you hear Eri sing. And I feel like you have to pay that off a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like if they cover all of that material, I think that hits the 3 episode mark. If they end at the original ending, that makes no sense with how much time they have. They technically can end at the second ending, but they'd have to just expand on some other stuff from that point.
I mean, I think they are gonna expand the 2 epilogues. Then I just double checked and I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't want to be on social media in 2 weeks, though. But that's besides the point.
We lived through it once. We can do it again. Dang it.
Good point. Good
I
point.
just find it so funny how that specific group of people is like, well, it's not canon. And I'm like, he wrote it. How is it not canon? So if the anime makes it canon, that'll be an interesting meltdown. But anyway,
Like
we're
I
getting
said,
ahead. Let's return back to present. Next week we've got a hellish Todoroki episode. I know that the Todoroki storyline is your favorite of this show. Are you excited to see that get a proper ending?
Yes. It's honestly the Todorokis could have gotten a show in it of itself or as a book in itself, like a prequel focusing on their family. Honestly, because
Yeah. Shoto is he's such a great character. I love his character arc.
so, although
He's
I have to say,
yeah.
I, the you might have seen about the whole girl being connected with Todoroki because Shota because she believes it was a birthmark. I hope it doesn't break her heart when she realizes why he had a mark later on. I just thought about that.
Oh, she'll be okay.
Yeah, it was an adorable video though.
It's cute. Yeah, for sure. Shoto's next, like the ending of the Todoroki arc, is important, and it's still going to be painful. I think that's what's interesting about the next few chapters of the story is that not everybody gets a happy ending. Like Shoto saved the day, but his brother is still a mass murdering psychopath who wreaked havoc and destroyed his dad's name. He destroyed the family name, Todoroki, right? Like how do you walk from that? That's an insane revelation. And the only reason I bring this up is I need everybody to remember the amount of time that passes in this story, right? Dabi was revealed to the world like a month ago. Tops.
Mm-hmm.
So like from that point to this fight, that is just trauma that I can't imagine having to deal with. So getting the final chapter on Shoto's story arc, on Endeavor's story arc, I think is going to be really exciting. This is the end of Tomura Shigaraki, and that's also like very, very painful. We've talked about this before, but like Deku's entire mission was to save that little kid, right? And while he almost did, at the end of the day, he didn't. The kid's gone.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, you can say that he didn't because he's not alive, but at the same time, you save him. At the essence of his body is not taken over by All for One.
He saved him from All for One. That's fair. But yeah, that's the thing of like, how do these kids move on from that? How does this make them better people? How does this make society a better place where it won't create a Tomura Shigaraki ever again? That'll be interesting. There are also like broad stroke things that My Hero has to wrap up that they just can't. I was thinking the other day of like, remember when Shinso was invited to join the hero course and then the world ended? Or the quirk singularity theory, like is there going to be another All for One? Is that ever going to happen if quirks are getting more and more powerful?
I mean,
Oh,
who knows if there is gonna be a sequel, anime only sequel or something like that. I mean, I can see Gashiakuta being a popular anime for Bones, but I don't. It's My Hero Academia is still their cash cow.
yeah. If like that's a whole sequel built in, because kids are being more and more powerful. So villains theoretically can be more and more powerful than the previous generation. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the last 3 episodes of My Hero Academia. I've got nothing left. It's weird for an episode that made me so emotional. There's not a lot I can say about it. Like the deep analysis that you probably expect from me is just not here for this one. It was good. it was just a really good one. Isaac, any other thoughts before we call this an episode?
No, I think you're right on cue as always, honestly. I'm looking forward to see how they are handling the epilogue.
Yeah.
And they should announce whatever they are going to announce later at Jump Fiesta. We should cover that.
I'm always down to cover Jump Fest if there's something cool to talk about. Jump Fest is around the time of the finale, so I hate to say it, but the panel could just be a victory lap. It could just be the cast and the crew thanking the audience and all the fans. I don't know if there's going to be like huge breaking news. I hope there is. That'd be nice, but I also want to set expectations a little bit. Like if it's just Horikoshi saying thank you for reading my book and watching my show, then that's fine.
I mean, it could be both.
That'd be nice. I just don't want people to be like, oh, I want to see a movie or I want to see a sequel series. It's like, we have to accept that also could be why this episode was emotional too. Like, even though reading the manga and watching Vigilantes and reading Vigilantes, and this is it, dude. This potentially is the last time we ever see these characters in this form. We have a Netflix live action that we have to suffer through. But
yeah, we need to talk about that.
We'll talk about that one day. Yeah, this was a good episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, guys, give us a like, subscribe so you don't miss a thing here in the Amateur Otaku. We don't just talk My Hero Academia here, even though it probably makes up 20% of our coverage. There's still other shows and manga that we cover here on the Otaku. Isaac, where can the folks find you, buddy?
Well, you can find me here at the Amateur Otaku. You can find me at the Swedish Emblem here on Twitch also, and my personal YouTube channel on the Twitch. We're currently playing through Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Blue Lion route, which has been an interesting scenario. It's feel nice being back in Let's Playing stuff again via Twitch after the whole meltdown that happened a while back, but that's a story for another day. But so, and currently on the YouTube side, we are finishing up Pokemon Legends CA, which has been honestly a blast to cover, even if it confuses me sometimes. It's a game that I don't regret getting, so to speak, even if it might not be a masterpiece. And well, and we have some other shows to cover, so, like Mike said. So,
heck yeah. You guys can find me at Novice Cinephile on YouTube, on TikTok, the Novice Cinephile on Instagram and Threads, also on Blue Sky occasionally. And I've got another video. We are ranking every single My Hero Academia opening going up tomorrow, I think. I got to edit the last couple parts of it. I react and watch all of the My Hero intros. Some of them I haven't seen in years. That was a fun video. Check it out. Also, check out the video about hands, because in memory of Tomura Shigaraki, the handsiest character of all time. Go check it out.
That's
it's a fun
certainly
one.
A handful.
It's a handful. You know what's not a handful? Hitting the like button, subscribing so you don't miss a thing. We will catch you guys soon in the next video. And remember, do your best. Go beyond. Plus Ultra.
Plus Ultra.
If